Three Rivers Archery, your longbow and recurve experts.
Today we're going to talk about arrow quivers and the different options open to the archer. So to jump right into it, the first quiver, the most notable quiver, and probably the longest known one, the back quiver. Now the back quiver is great because it has large capacity for carrying arrows, keeps them out of the way by being on the back of the archer. And for different variations to it, they can be made out of a lot of material. You see a lot of leather ones because they all make some very gorgeous quivers out of it, being larger in size. Some of them have a third point connector, so it straps there so it stays very secure against the back. These are very popular with target archers, or I'm sorry, basically recreational shooters. If you're out just 3D shooting in that, they can be used for bow hunters. Usually they'll have some foam or something on the bottom to keep the point secure, and then you'll have some sheep or fur on the top to keep the arrows quiet and secure there. The only real disadvantage to them is they are being bigger. They're a little bit heavier on the back, but you can balance it out with being able to carry a lot of arrows. So it depends what you're looking for there. Moving on from there, one that's grown in a lot of popularity over the past decade or so is the side quiver. Now the side quiver sits over the shoulder with a strap like that, and it sits at your side. And you adjust it to where you have it right about on top of your hip level. What's nice with this then is then you have a lot of control as you're walking to be able to move it. And I will use it also as kind of a back quiver. So if I'm walking, have it there where you have access to your arrows. But then if I'm going to be bending down or going, it's easy to keep it parallel with the ground. Another great advantage is it has full coverage of the arrows, so especially for a bow hunter, if you have bright color arrows with that, able to keep them, hit them away. The pocket size there, I've been able to do afternoon sits in the tree stand with just filling this pocket and then filling pockets on me without needing a full set of gear. So not a ton of storage, but enough to get you through a few hours of hunting. Some models have it where you can fully enclose this to keep them fully concealed from the environments. That way, if you're hunting out in wet weather or cold, keeps your arrows safe and secure. Biggest disadvantage is one, depending on what you have for clothing on, of being able to adjust it a lot, but then also the size. Especially in hunting arrows, you're only going to get tops about 6 in here, I'd say comfortably. But again, being fully covered, you can have different points if you want to have a few small game heads or any of that. But yeah, depending on how many arrows you need and your conditions will really vary for this one. Be it where that one shines. I will say this is the quiver I use most common for hunting anymore. I just love the versatility of being able to bounce it around. I can take it off, hang it on a tree, whatever I need. Now hip quivers. Hip quivers are very popular with competitive shooters, and that keeps your arrows right at reach, keeps them very well organized, and usually there's a lot of pockets or compartments to it. Now this is kind of a mid-range one of where it has individual arrow sleeves. It has a few clips here. I know on the one that I use when I shoot with it during the summer, I've got a towel, I've got an arrow puller. In my pockets, I have everything from extra field points and an arrow nocks. I also have a backup string in there for maintenance on bow. Sometimes I'll slide a T-square in there in case I need to check brace height, nock point. And then there's sleeves for putting scorecards, things like that. These can vary in size and compartments to them. I know if you like to carry a lot of stuff, like to have a lot of equipment with you, these would be great options just because it'll all be at reach and contained. One tip that I will give, just because they can get heavy depending on how much you have in them, is to give them their own belt. So don't put it on the belt for holding up your pants. You want it to sit a little bit higher on the hip. Just because with the weight, it's going to angle a bit, and you don't want it pulling on your pants as much, or you want it, just dedicated to itself. It also makes it easy to take off. So if you're shooting 25 targets, you get hot and sticky, whatnot, it's able to quickly separate from it and have all your stuff together. I use this one especially if I'm shooting in very hot conditions for 3D archery in that, because I usually only take about 6 arrows with me, and having the extras where you're out away from camp or away from the house, just in case of emergencies. Going from there, we have a pocket quiver. Now these are very popular with those that like to go roving or stump shooting. Just a few arrows and go range for the woods. Incredibly lightweight, and as the name entitles, you can put it fully in your pocket, or like this one, it has a tab. You can slide it in the pocket. Even has their belt loop if you want to hang there. Nice thing with it being really lightweight and only carrying a handful of arrows, it's not going to be too heavy and weigh down on you. Definitely not for hunting, but if you have blunts, or field points. They'll slide right in there. Friction hold, very nice, very lightweight. Made out of a lot of different materials, whether it's leather or synthetic stuff. Makes a great addition for someone that's just, you know what, I want to go out on your own property, not too far from the house, and just fling some arrows. Now, the most popular quiver would be the bow quiver. Now, the reason why is it's very popular with bow hunters. It has your arrows right at hand for where you need them. One, you can have your count, know exactly where they are, and then also quick and easy access if you need to get to a second one very quick. Also, being popular with the bow hunters is it's a very secure hold. There's usually a gripper to hold it up by the fletchings, and then foam or some other material that keeps the point secure, whether that's broadheads, field points, small game heads, whatever you're shooting with. Now, how they mount is really, we'll see a lot of variety there. There's the limb-mounted ones like this, which slides down the limb and sits right outside the riser. One tip to that is when you're installing that, make sure you have it on the meat of the fade-out. Now, the fade-out is where the riser wood fades into the limb. You want to have it on the riser as much as you can because the limb is going to be moving, so staying away from the working part of the limb is critical to making sure that your bow is shooting most efficient that it can, and then having a nice secure hold of your quiver. Other ones are riser insert mounts, as you see with this one here. Represented here, there is actual holes in this bow's riser that this is mounted to. There's some that are spread out. There's some that'll be up here combined together, the ATA accessory holes in that. Nice secure fit. Really comes down to what your bow has, what options for you. The biggest advantage, like I said, is that quick, easy access. It adds weight, but that can also be a disadvantage. And the reason why is this is not something you just want to put on right before hunting season and go shoot. You need to have that weight on your bow while you're getting used to your shooting and your accuracy and balancing that to make sure that you're comfortable with it. Because when you add arrows in there and that hunting shot pops up, you don't want the weight holding your bow down to where your mind has not compensated for that. So I highly recommend if you're going to go with a bow quiver, make sure you have it on all season. Even if you're going to target shoot and have like a hip quiver for that, for the heat and that, to keep it simple, have that on your bow just so your mind is getting used to it. Just makes for a better shooting experience when it comes down to the shot of a lifetime. Now, which one's best? Honestly, they all work great. They all hold arrows. It's going to come down to what shooting you're doing. You know, like I said, most popular I use for hunting is the side quiver. And then when I'm just target shooting, I have my hip quiver just because it's light, easy on, easy off. But I own at least one or two of every style of quiver here. And they all have great advantages to it. So if you have any questions on any particular style of quiver or something that we didn't cover here, please comment below. Be happy to answer it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really like the video, please hit that share button to share with your friends and family. I'm Jonathan Karch at Three Rivers Archery. Thanks for watching.